Greetings and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dardoch with TGN, bringing you game number 2 of this best of 3 series between Mouse Mana and Millennium Stefano. The second map is going to be Shattered Temple. In the north, we have Millennium Stefano again in the pink as the Zerg player. His opponent, who he did just beat pretty soundly, is going to spawn cross positions once again. Blue this time. And of course, rolling Protoss as he's a Protoss player. That's what he is. It makes sense. That's going to be Mouse Mana. And once again, going to be going for what looks like a 9 scout. Is he actually going to try to go for a Forge Fast Expand on Shattered Temple? Yes, he is. Shattered Temple, a map where you can make Forge Fast Expand work, but it is a little bit less common. Still pretty reasonable, though. The pylon placement is actually interesting to me. How it's right next to that Vespene Geyser. It says he's going to try and make a wall off that goes like that and like that with the Nexus, and that's pretty intriguing. So it's going to be fun to see how that does work out. And, okay, so let me talk about the previous game a little bit. Again, we do have cross-spawn positions, actually. Again, both players do know that that is the case, as Mana, again, is scouting straight across the map. So either that's how the map is, cross-spawns only, or he's map hacking, which I find unlikely. But about the previous game, you'll remember, if you do remember, in the previous game, right after Mana was getting his Forged Fast Expand up and running, I was talking about all the possibilities of what he might do after that. And if you recall, you'll remember a lot of them were very aggressive, like double Stargate, and a lot of Zealots, just a huge amount of gateways to go for a +1 timing attack, things of that nature. And there's a reason for that. You really have to be proactive when you're playing against a Zerg player, and conversely, the Zerg player has to be really proactive when he's playing against a Protoss, which is actually awesome. That's one of the reasons this is one of my favorite matchups, just because both players, if one player lets the other player sit, then usually he will lose. And if both players obviously let each other sit, then there's some weirdness going on which happened in the previous game. That's not a big deal. And that's what Mouse Mana did. He just made 5 gateways. He got that +1 upgrade. He says, well, I'm going to tech and expand right now, but over on Stefano's side of the map, he got his third base up at, like, what, the 6-minute mark, I think? He had 3 queens and 3 bases up. That's actually crazy, and from that point, he actually just macroed basically perfectly, and then by the 10.5, 11-minute mark, he just had a bunch of stuff and went and killed Mouse Mana. So it is very hard to play passively in the early game against a Zerg player as a Protoss player, otherwise that happens. So hopefully Mouse Mana will have learned from his mistakes, and hopefully we'll see a better game out of him this time. And oh no, these Zerglings could get into the main base. Stefano, your Zerglings. Oh, he's actually just going to kill this Photon Cannon. I'm not sure if that's quite the right decision. I mean, yes, it is going to go down. It's going to leave him with 3 Zerglings, and unfortunately, is he going to get through the wall off? The probe is falling back, and no, it doesn't get it building up in time, so Stefano could get up into the main base if he wants to. He's just really bloodthirsty for those Photon Cannons, and I'm actually not quite sure I agree with Stefano's decision-making there. I mean, yeah, he killed a Photon Cannon and a few probes. One probe, a single probe. He is forcing quite a bit of lost mining time here, obviously, but it's only a matter of time until the second Photon Cannon gets up. Then basically this entire mineral line is going to be, I'm not sure why Mana is mining so much from here. He could definitely have more probes up there. And then this is going to be completely safe, and the Zerglings really didn't do all that much. They did quite a bit. They killed a Photon Cannon, obviously. They killed a probe. Maybe going to kill a couple more. There's one up right now. But that was it. He could have just run them up into the main, easy peasy, and then there's nothing in the main. There's nothing here whatsoever. There's no pylons, which means, of course, no Photon Cannons are going to be there anytime soon. And he could just run those Zerglings around and harass those probes till the end of days. So, interesting choice from Stefano right there. I mean, yes, of course, obviously, Mana could pull all of his probes down here to the safety of the Photon Cannons, but you know what? That needs a little bit oversaturated, and then you could just, you know, kill in the simulator maybe, deal some damage to the Nexus, and all that good stuff. So, in my opinion, a little bit of an error from Stefano, but still, though those Zerglings did certainly pay for it themselves, so it's not as if he is behind or anything like that. However, he will be if he doesn't do anything here pretty quickly, as for the time being, obviously, it's 2 bases to 2 bases, which is never something you want to deal with as a Zerg player. Now, it looks as if Stefano going to be switching things up just a little bit. In the first game, he decided to go the heavy macro route in response to that Forge Fast Expand. This time, he might decide to go for some sort of Roach-based all-in. He's getting a pretty quick Roach Warren here. It is going to be 6.5 minutes, which isn't the fastest thing in the world, but compared to, you know, usually you'll get a hatchery rather than a Roach Warren at this point. That's going to be a little bit faster than we normally see. So he's going to have a lot of supply. Just had a couple of overlords pop out, and let's see what he does with them. We see 4 roaches are going to get spawned here right from the get-go, and now, 14 lings. So Stefano looks as if he wants to get a little bit all in here and wants to just bust this wall down and go for the throat. Pretty good placement of photon cannons here from Mouse-Mana. The problem is he was forced to build his second one very defensively over here by the ramp. So Stefano, he can just like actually attack this entire area I'm boxing right now without having to deal with that second photon cannon. So that could come back to bite Mouse-Mana in the ass here in a couple of seconds, as we do see the Zerg player is moving his forces across the map right now. Those Zerglings do have speed. The roaches are slowly scuttling across, and let's see what Millennium Stefano is able to make happen here. Here comes the attack. The Zerglings flooding forward, going to surround one Zealot, the other one, and the probes do get away. The roaches should target down this photon cannon, and they are going to begin doing that right now. And the Zerglings trying to kill as many probes as they can. A lot of the Zerglings, though, are going to go down. A pretty decent force field healer here does lock out quite a bit of those Zerglings, but that first photon cannon has gone down, and now Mouse-Mana can actually just kill all of this stuff, and maybe even the Forge over here without having to care about this photon cannon one little bit. 2 more photon cannons are getting thrown down by Mouse-Mana right now, but he does lose that cybernetics core. No more sentries or stalkers for him. He's going to have to go pure Zealot from this point on. Just barely saves that final sentry, and some poor micro there from Stefano. This roach is really not doing anything, and there we go. He does get his forces forward, and Mana once again going to troll Stefano a little bit in the chat before he does GG out of this game. It is going to be inevitable, as he just doesn't have any stuff at this point. I don't know why Stefano is swearing. He should be pretty happy right now. He has made it into the semifinals of the MSI Pro Cup numero 6. I don't know how to say 6 in Spanish. Why don't I know that? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis? I don't know. Anyway, Mana does decide to GG. Does say Thorazane fighting. The reason he says that is because in the same side of the bracket for the quarterfinals, it is Thorazane versus Grubby. So Stefano's going to have to face off against the winner of that. And I think Thorazane probably gonna beat Grubby. Check out these Zerglings. Sick moves. Sickest moves on those Zerglings. Anyway, I have been Darnock. Thanks for watching. I'll definitely cast a few more replays from this tournament, because there are actually a lot of good players from this, so I will do what I can. Thanks for watching once again, folks. I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, before I go, make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. Now I'm going to see you guys later. Bye. Like the video, do all that good stuff. I love you. Hearts. I'm making hearts at my monitor, even though you can't see it. Just pretend I have a webcam and make hearts back at me.